Hello and welcome to Caravanning Max.
Hi.
Hi, we hope you're all well. A particular welcome to our new viewers and new subscribers. We've got a few of those. It's very good to have you with us. Some of you will know that there's been quite a lot going on in the background with the channel recently, which we've really enjoyed.
Yeah,
and one of the great results from that is that we've had an increase in our viewers and an increase in our subscribers, which is really exciting, and we're really thrilled about it. So thanks for joining us, thanks for being with us, and we hope that you're going to enjoy what we present on the channel.
Yeah. Now this video, we're at Ferry Meadows Caravan and Motorhome club site. Is that right?
I think that's right. It's quite a mouthful. Ferry Meadows Caravan and Motorhome Club site is often mentioned in connection with visits to Peterborough, where people go shopping, they might go to the theatre, they might visit the cathedral.
Yeah.
It's also mentioned on lots of occasions in connection as a stopover for people going to the National Campervan and Motorhome show at the nearby showground.
Yeah.
But what's not often mentioned is just what there is to do for the whole family right on the doorstep of the site itself.
Yeah, it's within walking distance.
Within walking distance. You don't even have to get in your car. There's things for all ages and a whole range of interests that you can take part in.
Really good.
So for example, nearby, within 5 minutes walking, you've got the Nene Valley Heritage Steam Railway.
You know all about that.
Which I know a good deal about. And also there's Nene Country Park itself, which is just fantastic.
That's beautiful.
So in this video, what we're going to do is show you a little bit about Ferry Meadows Caravan site itself, and also a bit about the other activities and attractions nearby that have something to offer for everybody, whether you're a grandchild or a grandparent, and there's even something for your dog.
Yeah, there's great walks for dogs, isn't there? Yeah.
So we'll take you on now into the video, and we hope you're going to enjoy what we show you.
Yeah.
As you can see from the map, Ferry Meadows Caravan and Motorhome Club site is located near Peterborough. Despite being on the outskirts of the city, it's in very pleasant countryside, with easy road links both east and west, and it's less than 10 minutes drive from the A1 for travel north or south. It's close enough to Peterborough for shopping, and there's also local shopping for food or fuel if required, and within walking distance you will find a good pub and restaurant and an extensive garden centre and shop.
Good morning. As you can see, we're at Ferry Meadows Caravan and Motorhome Club site. This site is actually split into two. This is the west side of the caravan park, and on the other side of the road is the east side of the caravan park. And in a moment, we'll take you round and have a little wander round and let you see what the site has to offer. This is the east side of the caravan park, but because it's mainly laid to grass, it is only open for certain parts of the year.
The Ferry Meadows site has a total of 244 pitches, 114 of these on this west side of the site. All of these are standard pitches. There are no service pitches here yet. Near the entrance we can see the reception building and a typical example of the pitches, which are all of a good size, generally level, and which have been recently refreshed. This side of the site has one facilities block, which houses spacious and modern toilets and showers that are adequate for the number of pitches. Water and waste disposal points are plentiful throughout the site, and at this end of the facilities block there is a motorhome service point. Generally the site is tidy and neat, but would benefit from a club renovation which included the provision of some service pitches. Pitches are generally open and light, but there is shade in places from the surrounding trees. The site is generally peaceful, and this is only interrupted occasionally by the sound of a Nene Valley Railway train on the line that runs past the northern edge of the site.
Morning. Ready for your walk?
You may remember that a moment or two ago I mentioned the Nene Valley Railway, and just a 5-minute stroll from the Ferry Meadows site is Overton Station on this lovely heritage steam railway. Here you can enjoy a cup of tea or coffee as you wait to catch the train to the Nene Valley Railway's headquarters at Wansford, where there's lots to see and explore, as well as a gift shop and another nice cafe. Alternatively, you can take the train to Peterborough for a bit of shopping, a meal, or maybe a visit to the spectacular cathedral, any of which would give a very enjoyable day or afternoon out, and all just a very short stroll from the Ferry Meadows site. So only about 10 minutes walk from Overton Station and the Nene Valley Railway. We've just come past the entrance of the Caravan site again to the entrance to Nene Park here at Ferry Meadows, large country park with lots of things on offer. And guarding the entrance to the park is a sculpture, a wooden sculpture from about 2003 called the Sentinel, and I'll tell you a bit more about that later. So we'll head on into the park and we'll show you what's on offer here should you want to come here with your family, your children or your grandchildren. Plenty to do. So we'll take a look at some of the things on offer here at Nene Park. Just before heading into the park, it's worth mentioning that there's a range of interesting sculptures to be found as you make your way around Nene Country Park. The Sentinel, standing at the entrance to the park, was created from a standing dead elm tree by Jason Thompson in 2003. It reflects the history and heritage of the park and includes in its composition a Roman soldier, examples of local wildlife, and of some of the machinery used in the construction work on the lakes in the park. So we're just inside the park now, and close to the entrance there's the information centre and shop with the cafeteria behind it and a nearby children's playground. Plenty of information there, some nice things in the shop, and a handy cup of tea once you've found yourself a walk around the park and are in need of some refreshment. And here we've got Overton Lake, and we'll be walking around that part of that today. I'll show you a bit more of that as we go on. So this is Overton Lake, which is quite close to the park entrance. Plenty of bird life. And a narrowboat mooring here too. The lake has a link to the River Nene, which then will have a link of its own to the canal system. So it's fairly common to find a narrowboat or two moored here at Overton Lake. Besides walking round Overton Lake, it's also possible to take a 45-minute trip on the Wyndham, an electronic Edwardian style cruiser launched onto the lake in 2020, named Wyndham after Wyndham Thomas, who was the chief architect of Nene Park during its early days of construction in the 1970s. Very pleasant trip on the boat. It's electronic, so very quiet and peaceful, doesn't disturb the wildlife. Very stylish looking craft, and that's highly recommended. Another way to see the wildlife and enjoy the scenery of the lake. So as you can see, the Wyndham is not the only craft on the lake today. We've got a couple of narrowboats moored here. There is a link between the lake and the River Nene, so if you fancy coming to this part of the world in your narrowboat, there's a chance to pop in here, moor up for a day or two and enjoy the beauties of the park. So here we can see the Wyndham, which I was talking about a moment or two ago, taking some folks around the lake on one of those scenic trips. Not a sound to disturb anything. Battery powered, charged overnight. A lovely way to enjoy the lake. There are lots of benches and picnic tables dotted all around the park for you to bring your picnic and sit down and have a bit of a break and enjoy the view. And also you'll find there are various pieces of artwork, such as this one,
This one's called Bird in Flight, which is very appropriate, as you can hear in the background. So around the park there are various play areas of different sorts, some with sand pits and climbing apparatus, and this is more of an adventure style playground. Trish was keen to get me climbing up one of those, but because I haven't got my parachute with me today I decided against it, so we'll give that one a miss. But if you've got kids or you're young at heart yourself, a handy place to come and give it a go. So we've come away from the lake a little bit onto a walk through the Bluebell Wood, and the walk splits off. There's a section that goes off to the right here through the wood itself. We're going to take the other route, which is the boardwalk route, which will take us right along the riverside, along the River Nene, up to the top end of the park and show you what there is along the way and see what there is to see up there. So we're all the way along the boardwalk now in the Bluebell Wood, and Trish has spied some wild bluebells.
On that side as well.
On the other side too, she tells me. Not very far from the river. I think the walk gets closer to it the further along we go.
Lots of birds.
Plenty of wildlife, particularly the birds this morning. There's some more wild bluebells from which the wood gets its name. And Trish tells me that once the bluebells die off, their season ends, they're replaced with wild garlic, so this becomes a very fragrant area to walk through the wood. So bluebells now and garlic later. That's the Bluebell Wood. Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so quiet, apart from the birds.
The bird song's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's glorious this morning.
Yeah.
There's a real carpet of bluebells in this section of the wood, going right up the hillside. Easy to see why it gets its name. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, beautiful.
This is another interesting artwork by the sculptor Jason Thompson, which he created in 1999, and this one's called the Sheep Wash. It's in an area historically used by the farmers between the 15th and 19th centuries to wash the sheep from the nearby Milton estate. The pond they used is just here off to the right, an offshoot of the River Nene, but by the look of it, I'm not sure that the sheep would get very clean from being dipped into this particular pond. So that's the Sheep Wash by Jason Thompson.
Well, I'm hoping you can hear me above the roar of the nearby traffic. We've just come out of the Bluebell Wood and across the Milton Ferry Bridge, which you can see, and we're heading back towards the main part of the park now, and we'll have other things to show you on the way. So that's Milton Ferry Bridge that we've just come across. And just by Milton Ferry Bridge we're joined by the narrow boat that we saw earlier on near the Visitor Centre, heading out of Overton Lake now. Very nice relaxed way to travel. But there's Gertie. So we've walked around the north end of Overton Lake and we're now at the north end of the park at Gunwade Lake, which is close to the Lakeside Visitor Centre. Just through the trees there beyond the car park you might be able to spot the Lakeside Visitor Centre. There's a cafe there, cycle hire, There's miles and miles of cycle path and footpath in the park, all pretty flat. So if you haven't got a bike of your own, you can always hire here and enjoy the exercise and the fresh air. Yet more in the way of play parks for the kids. So here at Lakeside, there's the cycle hire centre here, and once you've cycled around the park and need a refreshment and a rest, you could head on into the restaurant and bar area here and enjoy a nice cool refreshing drink outside on the terrace overlooking the lake. So getting onto the water, proving very popular this morning. Yes, I think we're a combination of traditional craft and not so traditional craft on the lake this morning. There's a miniature railway here, very popular with children, also very popular with the grown-ups. So we're now back at more or less where we started, at the entrance to the park, by the cafeteria, the shop and the visitor centre. And we're going to settle down on this convenient bench and enjoy a bit of lounge. Yeah. But in the background, you've got another excited group of youngsters and oldsters on the train, heading up to Lakeside, where you've just come from. So we hope you've enjoyed that little taste of Ferry Meadows and Nene Park, and you might have seen something that you like, and it might bring you back here this way with your family to Ferry Meadows Caravan and Motorhome Club site.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the video and found it really interesting and hopefully maybe useful of planning a visit.
Indeed. We especially like Nene Country Park. There's lots of fun and energetic activities available, but also a quieter side to the park if that's what you prefer. So thanks for watching today. We hope you enjoyed what you've seen, and if you did enjoy the video, please do think about clicking a like.
Yeah.
Thanks for subscribing. We really do appreciate your support. It really does encourage us. And if you haven't already subscribed, do please think about it. It's easily done. Just click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing at all to do. And all that happens is that you can then be notified of when the next video is available to watch.
Just ding that notifications bell.
As long as you ding the notifications bell as well. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it really encourages us.
It really does encourage us. If you can subscribe, it really does encourage us, and it helps us to continue building our channel.
It does,
so do please think about it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or comments about what you've seen in today's video, just put them into the comment section on YouTube as usual, or if you prefer, you can use our Facebook, email or Twitter pages. Details of those are all at the end of the video.
Yeah.
If you do send any comment or question, we will promise to reply. We do make a practice of responding to everybody who contacts us.
Yeah.
So thanks again for watching today. We hope that you'll be with us for the next one. And until then, stay healthy. If you're travelling, do travel safely. And above all, keep calm and caravan on. It's cheerio from the Max. Bye.